Our next story is about a sensational claim. You may have come across this one on the internet. Pfizer is engineering Wuhan virus mutations in a lab. There's a good chance you've seen this because this claim is sweeping the internet. Many of you wrote to us about this. Is this a conspiracy theory or is it a criminal pursuit waiting to be busted? Well, the idea is shocking to say the least. The pandemic is not even over yet. The origins of the virus, although known to the world, are yet to be officially established. The Chinese are still suffering from the homemade virus, and they're still blocking access to the controversial Wuhan lab. In the middle of all of this, we have another lab theory. Let me first show you the report. It says Pfizer is building mutations in labs. What for? To make more effective vaccines. The claims have been made by Project Veritas. What is Project Veritas? It's an activist group known for conducting stings and ambush interviews. They say they conducted an undercover investigation. It features a Pfizer executive. His name is Jordan Tristan Walker. Project Veritas says he is the director of research and development at Pfizer. And this is the man I'm talking about. In the video that Project Veritas released, this man made some claims, and I have some quotes from what he said. One of the things we are exploring is like, why don't we just mutate COVID ourselves so we could preemptively develop new vaccines, right? So we have to do that. If you're going to do that, though, there's a risk of, like, as you can imagine, that's what he's saying, don't tell anyone, promise you won't tell anyone. The way this experiment would work is that we put the virus in monkeys and we successively cause them to keep infecting each other and we collect serial samples from them. Sounds like a horror movie already. In their report, Project Veritas mentions something called directed evolution. What is directed evolution? It's a scientific method. It is said to be one of the most useful and widespread tools in basic and applied biology. It is used to create biological entities with certain desired traits. All this sounds like a redux of the lab theory, but is there any truth to these latest claims? Is this just a lab experiment blown out of proportion? Or do we have reason to be worried? Critics and fact-checkers, alleged fact-checkers, have their doubts about this report. One of the biggest loopholes, they say, is the protagonist himself, this man, Jordan Tristan Walker. The report came out on the 25th of January. In all these days, no one has been able to track down this man. There is no record of him. He hasn't issued a statement. He has not made any comment, nothing. No profile on Pfizer's website. Now, some people are pointing at a LinkedIn profile with the same name, but when we tried to check it earlier today, we found it doesn't even exist. Walker is apparently the director of research and development. Surely a man like him, a man in that position, cannot play ghost. The second loophole is the story itself. In this video, Walker talks about a meeting at Pfizer. Apparently, the plan to quote-unquote optimize vaccines was being discussed there in that meeting. Was Walker present in the meeting? He did not say. He claimed that he'd heard about these plans. It doesn't quite add up. What about Pfizer? What does the company say about these claims? Well, they've issued a statement, and I have a copy. This is what it says. In the ongoing development of the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine, Pfizer has not conducted gain-of-function or directed evolution research. To meet US and global regulatory requirements for our oral treatment, Pfizer undertakes in vitro work to identify potential resistance mutations. Sounds complicated. This is what it means. Pfizer says that all it does is test new mutations with its drugs in a petri dish. Despite this, the story has not died yet. Also because Pfizer's own record is quite murky. From holding governments hostage for vaccines to demanding military assets as collateral, Pfizer has shown that it can go to any lengths to make the extra buck. Would mutating a virus be beyond the pale for a company such as this? Honestly, without proof, we wouldn't hazard a guess.